So I'm just reflecting on how we build strategic partnerships. Um, and of course, keeping in mind that partnerships can build you or break you. And I remember there was sometime this year, I was taking people through a virtual training on the power of communication for resource mobilization. And it goes without saying that partnerships are key in terms of maintaining relationships, or rather partnerships are key for resource mobilization, and communication is a core part of maintaining partnerships or building partnerships. Think of it this way: you have a client, you have a business, and it's doing so well, but you have a gap, a communication gap in terms of, fine, I my clients need this thing, but you really don't care on even asking them how the product is, how they're finding it, or if you're selling something that is edible, how is it tasting? Is there any improvement that you'd want to make in the product, or that they can suggest for you to include in the product? Because people are different, and perhaps they always want to share. Human beings love sharing. Human beings love giving feedback, and so it's great to open that space for them to give feedback, and that is when you actually know whether you're doing well or not. And so I remember even during that training, I mentioned that building a partner or being able to manage a partner is like managing a friend. Okay, imagine you have a friend and you don't talk to that friend at all. You just keep telling people, I have a friend. It's the same way you can be having a website and down below there are logos of all your partners. So that logo will stay there year in, year out, but you've never even spoken to this partner. You've never even engaged them in anything. And you're still saying, that is my partner, okay? Partnership needs communication for it to be sustained or for it to be effective. And people invest a lot in relationship management. I'm sure businesses and big businesses, especially those that are for profit, are keen on relationship management. And even the banking system is very keen on relationship management, because they know that is how they're going to retain their customers. And so let's be clear on effective partnership management, and also let's be clear that communication goes a long way in enhancing partnership, and any partnerships for that matter, be it a project, be it an organization, or whatever it is. And so even in my experience, I have had quite a lot to do in terms of managing partners. And this can be digitally, it can be done virtually, or it can be done in person. So when you think of virtually, what do? Think of reports, you have been able to do 1, 2, 3 in an organization, or you've been able to achieve this much within the first quarter of the year, second quarter, or third quarter. You need to share that. You need to tell them, because of you being able to do this and that. Engaging them should be something that is so intentional that they don't really even have to ask for it. It just has to come from you, like the projects that you've been able to do, and even your milestones as an organization. It's prudent for you to share with your partners. And one thing that I have learned as well is that you don't have to just keep reporting, this is what you've done, this is what you've been able to achieve. One other thing is engaging them, involving them in those projects, right? So for example, you are working on something and you want to pull them in. You also want to bring them in, to bring their expertise. Think about it this way. Yes, perhaps if you have a partner who's funding you or funding a project within your organization, how about also just including them in a certain uh, timeline for implementation, whatever it is that you're implementing? Perhaps you could, if they're not there in person, you could also just ask for their views and ask for their ideas. So instead of it just being a relationship of reporting, it's like when mom used to send me to the shops and she wants me to tell her how I've used the money. It's not really that. It's really about also just involving them in this thing. So for example, mom, I need to go for shopping. I need money for shopping. And she gives me 1,000 shillings. I go for shopping, I come back. When I come back, I tell her I used 1,000 shillings for 1, 2, 3. But an effective or a better way would be this: Mom, I need money for shopping because I have an event that I'm going for tomorrow and I will need a few things here and there to help me. And then she would be like, okay, you could go ahead and say, do you have any ideas on how, or what could I do first? Should I shop for that event or should I, wait? She could give you an idea. So that's when you have involved her. You have engaged her further. So that's what also partners want. Partners also just want that kind of, it's like a friend. You're managing a relationship, or a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or whatever spouses, whatever relationships that spouses have. There's a way you engage that is more intentional than just saying, I've done 1, 2, 3 and I'm reporting to you. And so partnerships are key, and communication is key when it comes to partnerships, because you cannot be maintaining a relationship without a communication strategy. You cannot be having a number of cards within your pockets or your wallet and you've never even used them. 5 years are going and you've never even touched a card that was given to you at an event. You get it? So how do you expect magic to happen, that that person is going to know you or is going to be interested in a project that you've done if you do not engage them? So it's very key to keep it in mind that time and time and again, you have to communicate. You have to communicate to your partners. You have to keep telling them that this is what we've done. How do you want to get involved? Perhaps in our organization, we are reviewing our strategic plan. What do you foresee? How would you want us to engage you in the next, 5 or 10 years? So these are some core or key elements that you need to keep in mind for that to happen. And also just establish clear communication channels. So for example, report writing. There are various reports. There are annual reports. If you have stakeholders who are perhaps funding your business, or you have people who are really core in your business, establishing clear communication channels is about where are these people? Where are you getting them? Are they on emails? Go to their emails and speak to them on emails, all right? Are they on social media? Show them what you're doing. You have stories that you've been able to produce, okay? Testimonials from your beneficiaries. They're able to watch that and they're able to even do more. So establishing clear communication channels is very key for building and maintaining successful relationships. And also this can foster and streamline collaboration, which can catapult or enhance your next stage of your journey in your organization. So yeah, I think When you do not have the clear communication, then there are problems because perhaps somebody is not getting their fair share of the pie. And this always brings a lot of problems. But if you want to walk away from that, then establish a clear-cut communication strategy that will enable you to focus really on the nitty-gritties that your partnership entailed, be it funding, be it shares. Maybe there are people who are interested in your business and they have shares with you. So yeah, there are many other ways I think you can also just share that have worked for you or you have experienced in your journey as a professional. Thank you.